We had tried to keep this quiet and just keep working investigations because we didn't want to upset families.
Right.
And like until we absolutely have an answer of like finding a body or finding evidence. The reality is like everything blew up when they dug up the yard.
It's these images that flipped yet another page in Kerri Rawson's story. This summer and spring, investigators digging into her family's old property over in Park City, trying to tie her dad, Dennis Rader, to cold cases. Mysteries like Cindy Kinney, a teenager who simply vanished from Oklahoma in the 70s. Rader was working nearby.
Kinney was abducted from a laundromat in Pawhuska, and I was like, that doesn't match my dad at all, right? Because my dad did home invasions. All of his 7 crime scenes, 10 cases, they're all home invasions. You know, and like there were 2 that he switched the MO by our house, and he did it because they were by our house, but still, they're still home invasions. And I was like, I don't think that was dad.
However, a sheriff from Oklahoma thinks otherwise. Re-examining an old journal of Rader's, he titles one entry, Bad Wash Day, writing, "The brunette was the target. I would watch the nearby laundromat for possible victim. The question, is this writing coming from fact or fantasy?" Rader claims he had attempted kidnappings before his first known victims, the Otero family. Julie, Joseph, and their kids 9-year-old Joey and 11-year-old Josie, they died in January 1974. Down in Oklahoma, the 16-year-old Cindy was last seen 2 years after that, directly across the street from where Rader was on the job.
He talks about attempted kidnappings other times. And so if you really start digging in there, there's like so many concerns.
It's a tough reality for Kerri. Writing a memoir a few years ago, facing the headline that has taken over her life, she is a serial killer's daughter. Her dad admitted to the deaths of 10 people, but are there more? That's what's brought her back to the heartland several times this year. Detectives driving her to different places, like over in Missouri, in a moment she did not expect.
And we were driving, and we came upon this like small creek, and it was flowing pretty good, and it has like white shell rock all around it. And I go, wait, stop. I said, we fished here. I think I literally have a photo of me fishing there like around 4. Now it could be somewhere else, but it's like that really bright white shell rock, and it looks exactly like there. And I said, wait, I know I have fished this stream. And I said, that's not good. And then they go, okay, well just wait a second. And they drive about another couple blocks, half a mile, and they turn on this old country road that's steep. And I go, I know this road. And then that's where I got real sick again. And I shouldn't know that road, right? It doesn't make any sense. And then we drive just up a little bit, and they're like, this is where Shauna was dumped.
A plot twist. Some believe her dad is responsible for the murder of Shauna Garber. The 22-year-old's body was found in the winter of 1990. She was raped, strangled, and restrained, fitting that BTK MO. Bind, torture, kill. Shauna's remains were discovered not far from where Kerri says her family would visit when she was little.
When that became familiar to you, what was your feeling?
I was like not well, but I also was like, we have a dad problem. That's what I've been calling him internally.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have a dad problem. Like you're looking at the bondage, or you're looking at the drawings, or you're matching these things, or you're like seeing a creek that you fished at that's around the corner from where a body was dumped. And you're like, okay, that's a bad dad fact. And so those are adding up.
Yet Kerri is determined to know the truth and make sure nothing was missed. Not just for her, but for all the families involved. She's been visiting prison to help with the investigations, to speak with a man she has not seen in nearly 20 years.
And now all of a sudden it's like everything has just sort of come to this peak moment of where it was like, I'm strong enough, capable enough, I can go help.
Sitting across the table from her dad, a new chapter. A once tall, strong man is declining. No teeth, legs wrapped up, in handcuffs, and a wheelchair. Quite the contrast of the controlling dad she once knew. At the same time, realizing the person across from him is also quite different. As she continues to write her story of survival.
Going in to see my dad, it's insane, but it's also really empowering because I get time with him. We're working on these investigations. You know, at times he's very difficult and I have to get him to focus. Other times he's cooperative. Like I hug him, he kisses me on the cheek. I say goodbye. He's in shackles. He's in a wheelchair. Like he's tiny. He's like lost like 9 inches. It's really hard to see him. I get to choose when I go see him again, and I get to choose. And so it's like I've now taken control over that man that was in my house. You know, like I'm the person that's tall now. I'm the person that can walk. I'm the person that's literally like in charge.